So before we start tonight, I've got some free passes to the Winnebago County Fair that my illustrious wife won. The only caveat is you've got to go to WREX in Winnebago to pick up the tickets, and she's got to call them to let them know you're coming. So if anybody in here, out there, anywhere who's listening to this wants to go to the Winnebago County Fair, what is it? Is it 4 passes? Mm-hmm. 4 passes to the Winnebago County Fair. I'll leave them with Crystal, and if somebody wants them, then Crystal can let Diane know who it is, and she'll call the radio station, okay? All right. One minute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, let's call the meeting to order, and can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Lopez? Here. Trustee McMahon?
Here.
Trustee Lacewell?
Here.
President Bank?
Here.
Trustee A.G.?
Here.
Trustee Wolfart? Here. Trustee Pennell?
Here.
Tom Green?
Okay, everybody's here. Let's do this. Can I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Next to the minutes of the, these are the committee meeting from July 8th. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll make a motion.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Next to the bills, I'm gonna go over the bills. We all know what happened, so don't be too surprised when we get to the end here, okay? Testing for our NPDES permit, that's the annual permit that we have to do for the wastewater system with the government. That's $250. 146 for sewer testing, 146 for sewer testing, 312 for water testing, 140 for water testing, 83 for water testing, 146 for sewer testing, 146 for sewer testing, 17 for water testing, 100 for water testing. Half the testing contract $3958.33 and the other half $3958.34. Cordray Brothers, 4 semi-loads of 3/4 inch chips, $2,000. Visconti Computers, 126. A&A Underground, this is for all the excavation work they did at the lagoon, $3336. And all the work that they did so far at the water main leak at well number 3, that's $21,638.50. Casey's for gasoline, $369. KPH, our solar, $2544.14. Western Ag for the installation of the lagoon, a liner, $22,293. Prickett Rockford for hoses that we needed to replace at the sewer plant, $3401.04. Gina DeRose for zoning, $115. Municipal well and pump, this was all work that was done at well number 3, $8880. Stranded Associates, $207.07. And manhole rehabilitation from Stranded Associates, $7625.44. Nicor, $58.61. Nicor, $159.70. Nicor, $54.31. Frontier, $405.80. 915.93, Ace Hardware, 786, Sickich, 1285.50, Barrick and Switzer, 2970, Hawkins for Chemicals, 363.19, 242.16, Operating Supplies, USA Blue Book, 139.16, 457.40, and 153.52. The total is 116,082.69, of which 63,25.99 will come out of the general fund, and 109,756.70 will come out of water and sewer. Are there any questions? Any comments? Can I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a roll call, please.
Trustee McMahon?
Aye.
Trustee Lacewell?
Aye.
President Bain?
Aye.
Trustee AG?
Aye.
Trustee Wolford?
Aye.
Trustee Canal?
Aye.
Trustee Lopez?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you. Next, our public comments. Any public comments? I remembered this time. Okay. No old business, no new business. So next is our annual audit. And we have, I can't remember. Kevin? Sorry. Kevin from Excelsior.
Yep.
Okay, who's gonna go over the results of the annual audit, our annual financial report.
Okay, all right, well, thanks for having me. Kevin Smith, again, I'm the partner on the audit. So just like to come out each year, give you guys a rundown how the audit went, where some numbers ended, and then open up for any questions if you guys have any. So first, for the audit report itself, we did issue a clean opinion on cash basis accounting. That's the best opinion you can get on the cash basis of accounting. There is, you'll note on page 1, it notes that it is cash basis accounting, it's not GAAP. That's required to be in there when you do operate on the cash basis, but nothing wrong with that. Most smaller governments do that, so nothing out of the ordinary there. Just as far as the management letter, so this has been out there for a few years, but there is one thing noted as far as segregation of duties. Smaller governments at your guys' size, there's not enough people to split everything amongst all the duties, so we are required to give that comment and say, hey, internal control, you should have these things separated. There's a cost benefit analysis to it, so that's gonna be on there every year until you guys do separate something. Again, smaller governments, that's a pretty common comment on there. As far as the report itself then, so total governmental funds, so what you guys are used to looking at on a regular basis. Page 8 of the report, you're up about $150,000 for the year, for about combined annual total about $1.45 million. For some specific amounts and fund-wise then, so the MFT fund has about $150K fund balance itself, which is a little over 1 year of expense. MFT fund always fluctuates up and down, just depends on when you guys have projects, so nothing out of the ordinary there. The general fund is just over 1.3 million, which is about 3 years of current year expense, so that one is getting a little higher. So kind of, we said the last couple of years it's getting a little higher, so if you guys have certain things in the future, it would be good to either assign things, commit things you would have to do board action, but just to show, hey, we have this fund balance, we have it specifically set aside for certain projects. So that would be something to consider into the future then, and when you guys are doing budgets, things like that. Water sewer fund then, so page 11, net position there decreased about $12,000. The net position not tied up in capital assets, so part of your net position number is the fixed assets you guys hold. What's not tied up in there is about $345,000, or a little over 12 or 10 months of current year expense. So again, that's in a good spot as well. Then getting into the government-wide activities, so page 5, this is where the fixed assets and if you had long-term debt, things like that, all come onto the books. That is up about $180K for the year for the governmental funds, and is essentially the same amount as what's discussed on the governmental funds, because you guys don't have a lot of different things from the funds to the government-wide statements. But page 9 shows you how it's adjusted for, so for you guys, you know, the differences between what's capitalized this year and the depreciation expense, things like that. So that all shows up there for you guys and gives you a good reconciliation on how those numbers differ. As far as the footnotes then, so no significant changes for the current year other than updating for current year numbers. There is one footnote in there that does describe a adjustment that had to be made. There was some projects that were being done in the water sewer fund, and ended up being was to make sure that there wasn't illegal sump pumps. It was initially put in as a potential capital asset in the future as construction in progress. that didn't end up being the case, so we adjusted for that this year.
That
and took
was
that
the,
off of the books.
That was the source water protection survey that we did.
Yep.
And you don't get anything except a piece of paper out of it, so that was where the.
Yeah, there was a little bit of confusion with that. So there was just a note there describing like, hey, this was in construction in progress in the past. We took it off this year and backed it off, and it just describes that. So other than that, those were the main things for this year. Like I said, no big changes for this year. There was no new GASB statements this year that affected you guys, so no big change there. There was a couple things the last few years, so nothing there that needed to be gone over. So the footnotes themselves are pretty similar to the past years. So that's it for me, unless you guys have any questions.
Thanks a lot. Okay.
No problem. Thank you guys.
Okay,
Thanks.
thanks a lot. So what we're gonna do is in 2 weeks, we have to approve this report because it's gotta be filed. We have to get copies out to people. So, okay? Thanks a lot, Kevin.
Thank you.
See you next year.
Yep. Have a good one.
Next, we have a business application for ES3 Auto Works. Are you here?
Yes.
There you are, okay. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Good. My understanding is this is going to be at the old Capron Rescue Squad building?
Yes.
Right? You're purchasing from them?
Yes.
Okay.
We have an accepted offer.
Okay, okay, so you obviously been inside the building, you know what it looks like, et cetera? So you know there's work to be done,
Oh, yeah.
okay? So I just wanna make sure, understand, we use the Belvedere building inspector as our building inspector. You will probably notice some fees that will be a little higher than they would be in Belvedere, but in places like Belvedere and Rockford, they have their own building inspector. He's on the payroll. He gets benefits, he gets the whole 9 yards from the city of Belvedere. We hire them as an independent contractor. Therefore, they have to carry their own insurances and everything else, so our fees tend to be a little bit higher. I just want you to know that, okay? So if you would, can you explain exactly what kind of business you want to run?
Just general maintenance, new tires. I know I put on there used tires, but I don't know if I want to do used tires, just new tires. I've been in the car business for a long time, so I know my way around cars, and I've always wanted to start a garage, and, you know, I found that spot driving by, and there hasn't been anything around here for a long time. But I don't wanna do any heavy mechanics or have cars sitting there overnight. I don't want to make the city look bad, you know, I just wanna get stuff in and out, like brakes, rotors,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
So like oil changes and stuff like that?
Yeah, just general maintenance, yeah.
Okay, okay. And you want to have a couple of cars out for sale?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, anybody have any questions?
Do you currently
Okay.
have a business now?
No, I'm the general manager of Twins Automall in Rockford, so I've been there for 7 years, and I was at the Anderson Group before that for another 8 years.
So is this going to be full-time or part-time or?
Eventually, hopefully by next year, I'll
Okay,
start
okay.
branch out on my own and
Alright.
work for myself.
Right, so the way this process works, we come back in 2 weeks and we can approve this. This is a committee meeting, so this is where I give everybody the information, they get 2 weeks to go over it. They got any questions or anything, they got time to do that, and then, in 2 weeks from today, we will have our business meeting, which is when we approve all these things, okay? All right,
You
thank
did a good job laying out your timeline, how you're gonna do everything too, just so,
I agree, I like that.
I like that. And then the only other thing, you just gotta change your address on the
already did.
application? Okay, okay.
Okay, Liz, did you have a question?
No, no, I
Okay,
don't.
all right. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next is made by Wendy. You must be Wendy. How you doing?
Good.
So you're going to have a home business, right?
Yes.
And you're going to be making hair accessories?
Yes.
What are hair accessories?
I started learning how to sew like scrunchies, hair bows. I make like hair bows out of ribbon. Make handmade like bobby pins.
Okay, cool, all right. Yeah, again, anybody got any questions?
Do you have any examples?
I actually
wearing
am
one?
wearing one
Yeah.
actually if I can turn around.
That's what I
nice.
thought.
Okay, cool,
Like
all
this.
right. I want one of those. Okay. All right, again, in 2 weeks, we'll approve these, I hope, and get you underway, okay?
Okay.
All
Are you
right,
gonna have an
thank you.
online business?
What was that?
Are you gonna have like an online
Yeah,
business?
me and my husband were working on that. We're working on the website.
Nice.
Okay, next I got on here is village signs and logos, okay? First of all, I wanna stop just for a second and bring back the comment that Kevin made on our audit, that we keep putting money into our general fund, and we just can't keep putting money into our general fund. We need to allocate it, spend it, do something with it, because it's not a savings account, okay? So, as you drive into town, the signs coming into town are, they're showing their age, okay? What I wanna do, and I put this on here before I realized that trustee AG was gonna have some school stuff, but I'm gonna step on her toes a little bit anyhow. What I wanna propose is I want to have the grade school, each grade level come up with a sign design and a logo or a motto for the village, okay? And the winning grade gets a pizza party on the village, okay? And then we can get new signs put up with our new motto, whatever it's gonna be, okay? I want you guys to think about it, let me know in 2 weeks whether we can move forward with something like this. I think it'd be good for us. Somebody got a question?
Can we
Oh,
not,
you got a
if we
question?
do this, can we maybe try and salvage one of the old signs and maybe display it in the village hall then, or?
Yeah, I wouldn't have to
That
get
would
rid of
bring
them.
more
Yeah, we
more
can hang
wall
on
or
to
something.
them. For historical purposes?
Yeah.
You want a picture of me too? Yeah,
I
we
think that
can
would
do
be
that.
kinda cool to have in the village hall.
Right, yeah, I think,
Good idea.
there's no reason why we can't save them,
Yeah.
okay? Absolutely.
Could we take the
Okay.
design that's on them and put them into some material that is more weather resistant?
Oh, absolutely.
Because that does have the old village hall and the old.
Yeah, it was
No,
one
no,
of our
absolutely.
residents.
That's why,
Yeah.
if, let's see I'd like to see what the kids come up with for a design, okay? And what they, kind of logo or what kind of, model that they come up for the village, okay? And let's see what
Because
we
my
go
other
for.
suggestion as well is to either have it so it's reflective where headlights hit it at night,
Yes.
or we need to have some sort of lighting on them.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
I don't disagree at all, okay, on any of those points, but I thought the first thing to do is let's see what kind of design we can get, okay? Get the kids involved in the village a little bit,
When
okay?
you're talking schools, are you just talking about this one right here?
Just the elementary school, yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
okay.
That's what, first for fourth grade?
Yeah,
K through fourth.
Pre-K.
Pre-K, even so, let them
Yep.
go to town and come up with something and let's see what we get,
Yeah,
okay?
I like it.
All right, it'd be amazing to see what they can come up with, okay? All right. Next is the Clearwater Forum. ASAP Plumbing came,
September 9th meeting.
pardon?
September 9th.
Oh, I'm sorry, the September 9th committee meeting. I'm not gonna be here. I'm gonna be a long ways away from here, okay? And so I really don't wanna cancel the meeting because we always have bills to pay, and I don't wanna wait an extra 2 weeks to pay the bills. So I'm gonna let Tom explain exactly how to do this when I'm not here.
Okay, the process is, the meeting is convened. Crystal can convene the meeting, do the pledge of allegiance, call the roll, declare a quorum, and then one of you needs to make a motion to appoint one of you as the temporary chair. And then that needs to be seconded, approved, and then that person, you don't even have to get up out of your seat. You can do it from where you are, or you can go sit in the mayor's current seat and then run the meeting. So,
And I promise it's going to
I can't tell you who
be-
to pick, I'm
yeah.
just telling you that's the process.
It's gonna be a very short meeting. All I want you to do is approve the agenda, approve the minutes, and pay the bills, period. That's all you need to do during that meeting. And we'll take up everything else when I get back, okay? So, Glenn has volunteered to do it if nobody else wants to.
I think the senior trustee should do it.
Yeah?
You have more experience here.
Well, she's senior, but if she wants to do it, I'll let her do it.
I think Rachel might want to do it.
So who wants to do it?
Rachel, you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Well, I think Glenn had said that he would.
I expressed willingness.
So I guess
I'd be happy
He
to do it, I have
said-
no problem doing it.
I guess the
But if
first
there's
question
someone
is,
else
does
that-
Linda want?
Well, at any rate, there's somebody in this room that's gonna do it, so.
I second what he said.
Yeah.
At September-
Linda's senior.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Do you want to do it?
You wanna do
Yes, I
it?
can.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, then that's the process. So then, on September 9th, you guys can decide who's gonna do this, okay? I just wanna let you know that, all right?
To be clear, it's not mandatory that it be the senior trustee.
Right.
But to show respect to the senior trustee.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
I get it.
I agree.
I get it,
All right, thank you.
okay? Okay, I just wanna get that over, all right. The Clearwater Forum, ASAP Plumbing contacted us and they would like to be our certified agent, if you will, to do the Clearwater, certification, but I want to talk to him and see if I can get the price down. To me, this is a little high.
What is it for inspections?
Pardon?
Is it for inspections?
Yeah.
It's just for the
No,
clear water
This is for-
inspection.
This is for when you sell your house.
I'm just saying, the state provides a free one for inspection.
This is for the village only. I don't think
Right.
that that's how it works.
I don't think the state provides a free clear water inspection.
Not a clear water.
Because they do.
No, if you're gonna hook up to the water system,
Yeah, oh, if there's work done, then yes. of
yeah,
course.
then you need a certified state
Oh, okay.
plumber,
I got you
okay?
now.
This is separate.
Oh, I thought it was
okay?
just the
This is
inspection.
like getting a house inspector, except it's for the plumbing.
And a clear water inspection is to review the plumbing to make sure gray water isn't going into
Right.
the stormwater. You know, people aren't taking their sump pumps and dumping it into
The sewer.
the sewer. It should be dumped into the stormwater, and, you know, just to make sure you're not filling up the wastewater treatment plant with
Right.
red water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. the way
So,
it's-
I think $225 is a little bit high, and I wanna talk to him and see if I can get that number down a little bit, but basically,
But Steve, I called RPO Plumbing,
yeah.
Tom. RPO does basically the whole Rockford area, and they're only gonna charge $60 to come out to
I was gonna
Capron.
say, that in Rockford, in the Winter
Yep.
County area.
It's 60
where I've done
bucks.
closings,
I just got handed
Now, is
clear off the
this-
press
Is
here.
this
I
60
see it
for
as
the
$60.
inspection and the certification?
Yeah, 'cause all it is just that little form. So they'll come
I
out,
got it
they
here,
fill out the
okay.
form, make sure everything is good, and it's just $60. They used to be, it was like $45, but then they've raised their rates over the last couple of years, but it's.
Of course.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I would go with the $60, that's my opinion.
Well, and we don't designate someone.
No,
as the only-
but no, we can just sit there and say, hey, if you want a clear water, here's your choice. You know, they'll do a clear water, you know.
This is the person that we would recommend.
I'm guessing the $250 one's gonna come down fast. Again, I've done a lot of closings in the Rockford area, and they're usually in the 60s. You're right, they started in the 40s, now
Yep.
they're in the 60s.
Yep,
Okay.
It's not rocket science.
All
right,
right, yeah, I would say that ASAP is a little bit out of the ballpark here.
right.
Liz has a question, Steve.
Yeah, does this mean you can't get your own licensed plumber to?
You can.
No, you can,
Absolutely can.
you can.
But if
Yep.
you don't know anybody, and they call the village and so where can I get this done?
Yep,
Then there should be somebody that we can recommend, okay? And that's all this is about, okay? So I'm not gonna recommend anybody unless the board approves who I recommend. So, we'll do that in 2 weeks, okay? All right. And I'll contact ASAP and ask him if he wants to come down on his price, and then we can put him on our list. I mean, we could have a couple of people that we could.
Yeah, honestly, you can have just a sheet with a
Right.
list of 2 or 3 or
Yep.
4.
Yeah.
Here's the list. Here's the
Right.
price, whatever.
Okay. Next is manholes. Just want to update you. I got the specifications for the manhole repairs. They're out for quote. I'm waiting for answers from A&A Underground. He's the guy that did all the work at the lagoon and a lot of the work at the well that we're working on. And he asked to be included in this, so I just want to let you know, we did get the specifications. And as soon as I get the quotes back, I'll let you know where we're at. Say, sidewalks, I'm working with a gentleman at Strand Engineering. We sent him a map of the sidewalks that we think we want to replace, at least right now. And he's gonna work up specifications for us and get us an estimated cost of their engineering and all that good stuff. So as soon as I get back, I'll let everybody know, okay?
Can I make a suggestion? Okay, so Liz had mentioned in an earlier meeting about the sidewalks on the north side of town.
Yeah.
Could we at least have Mike go around, state where the sidewalks are on the north side of town, so that we know for, say, next year, what we're looking at to be replaced?
Okay, I asked a question, okay? And I said if the sidewalks are intermittent, Do we have to fill them in? And the answer is yes, we do. Okay, so you may have a sidewalk in front of one house and not in front of another, and then in front of another, okay? We have to fill the gap in. The sidewalk has to be continuous, okay? So they may answer some of your questions, all right? I highlighted, you know, areas north of 173 and south of 173, all of North Street, everything, so. I got pretty much what I think we need to do. If there's sidewalks on one side of the street, not on the other, we do not have to put one on the other side of the street, okay? If the sidewalks connect, all right, and there is no connection, all right, so if there's a sidewalk at an intersection on one side and a sidewalk on the intersection at the other side, there has to be a connection to the street on both sides for that to be a continuous sidewalk. And their impression is, all of this is new because it's all got to be ADA compliant, and we should not have a problem getting approval to use our MFD funds. So that's what I intend to do. But there's areas where they're gonna have to come out and do some surveying, because he said if you put in new sidewalks and they're not put in right, you can end up putting water in people's yards, stuff like
Absolutely.
that. So it has to be done correctly, and that's what we're gonna do. You know, the situation is that some of this stuff has been lingering for a long time, just like the lagoon was. And we're here, we need to fix it, and we need to make sure that it's done properly and it continues forward the way it's supposed to. So unfortunately, it's gonna cost a little bit of money, but we have the money. And that's the whole point here, is we have the money to do all this stuff. So even though it's way more than what our budget called for, we will balance the budget with the reserve funds that we have, because that's what they're there for, okay? And we'll still have plenty of reserve funds left over when all is said and done.
And you make it a lot safer
Yes.
for a lot of kids.
And everything will be looking nicer, yes. All right, next is ordinance 25-7. If you remember, Governor Pritzker, in his ultimate wisdom, decided to end the 1% sales tax on groceries in the state of Illinois, which means we are no longer collecting a 1% sales tax on groceries in Capron, but we're allowed to.
As of January 1.
Yeah, as of January 1, but we're allowed to if we want to. So Tom put together this ordinance that outlines exactly what that means, and I think I should read it because I expect you to vote on it in 2 weeks, so I want everybody to know about it.
Well, let me make a comment. IML had put out a model ordinance. This is modeled on the model ordinance.
Okay.
I have also sent this ordinance to the Illinois Department of Revenue, Sam Moore, who's in-house counsel there. Because whenever you're imposing something like this, and again, this is a status quo.
Yeah, we're not raising it, we're
The
just.
tax will just stay the same as of January 1, as it always has been. But it'll be imposed differently. I have sent this to him. He has reported back to me that he's reviewed it. This will do it. This is fine. Once we pass it, we have to have it to the state, Illinois Department of Revenue by October 1, so that it can be imposed as of January 1. The old one will fall off December 31st. The new one will come on January 1, and it'll just stay the same.
So nobody's gonna be paying more than they already do now. It's the same. Don't change. I'm not,
You're gonna read this whole thing?
no, I don't think so.
I'm not sure you need to, but it's your call.
No, I don't think so. I don't want to. So if anybody wants to see it, they can come to Village Hall and get a copy of it. So, and all the trustees have a copy of it. So, I'm not going to, have an opinion on this one way or the other. I just want you guys to look it over, and if you want to, you can look at, how much revenue we lose if we don't do this. We can get that information to you, okay?
That'd be good to know.
Okay, I don't know that it's a lot, we don't have any grocery stores in town, so they sell groceries at Casey's and at Sunrise, and that's a lot. And at maybe $1, yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely dollar.
so that.
One question.
That's it, yeah.
It says the municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax, but then it says down here that the Illinois Municipal Code requires any municipality imposing that municipal grocery retailer's occupation tax to also impose a service occupation tax at the same rate.
It's exactly the same. That's what the state does now. They have both of those. And they'll be dropping both of those off. We'll be putting both of those back on. So it is absolutely a status quo.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll look at it in 2 weeks, and,
And then just get that
decide that.
information.
Okay?
Yeah, those
Right.
numbers.
Okay. Next, I asked trustee Lopez to go to a meeting with the Animal Control Services in Boone County last month, and I forgot to have it put out at the last meeting, so she should give us a report on it. So I asked her if she would do it now, so I'm gonna give you the floor, Liz.
Okay. The meeting, they were talking about the Boone County Animal Services is running 30,000 deficit right now. The Boone County itself is covering that in their taxes, but they want to raise service fees not for normal picking up like dog running at large or animal bites or anything, but if there's a noisy dog or a dead dog or something like that, they're gonna start billing municipalities or the sheriff's department or the police department. They're going to do intergovernmental agreements. They also want to enforce more registrations, because people who don't go to vets in Boone County don't get the tags because they don't come automatically. You have to go specially there. And they want to enforce that. If you're having it done in any other county, you still have to get a Boone County tag. What's the other thing? They're going to start this December 1st. They're going to have those intergovernmental agreements in place. They're going to be $50 a call, $75 emergency. If you want them to enforce the number of animals permitted in a household, you'll have to have an intergovernmental agreement with them, and then they'll discuss prices. And I thought that was interesting about the eagle feathers. You can't keep them or pick them up. It has to be animal services personnel, and then they're given to the nearest American Indian tribe. I thought that was interesting. The shelter has room for 15 dogs, right? At that time, they had 8 dogs in there, and most of the money they have comes from the adoptions. And they're also redoing their website because people say it's hard to work with. So they're going to try and make it more people-friendly. But you cannot get your tags online because you have to have proof of rabies vaccination.
And you do have to make an appointment, because I know I had to for Gracie, that, because there's only one woman in the office. if I
Oh,
remember
yeah.
right.
See, they didn't say that. I go to Boone County, so I've never had to go someplace else. But actually, 3 of the people that were there go to different, one goes to Cary, one goes to Algonquin, I think one goes to Wisconsin. So, I mean, not everybody goes to
Right.
Boone County.
Yeah.
And I'm probably lazy, I probably wouldn't go get the tag anyways. I mean, if
Well, I
I
know,
were,
like, because I took my dog to PetSmart, and
Oh, okay.
they didn't have the tag, so
Right.
they give you the stuff, and of course, she says you have to make an appointment in order
Yeah,
to do
and
it,
it's
because
like,
she's
what
the
are you
only
gonna
one
do?
there. So-
oh, and that's another thing, the vets that do sell the tags, or tags, get $1 of that price, that's
Oh,
for their
okay.
trouble. But yeah, I can see $30,000 is a lot of deficit already, so they're trying to survive.
Again, they run on fees and everything else that they get too, so.
Well, yeah, they get called out for all kinds of stuff, and this will kind of cover cost, transportation, people, salaries.
Okay, thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
Trustee McMahon and trustee Lacewell, you wanna give us an update on Friday night?
Well, unfortunately, one of our food trucks cannot make it. The donut truck cannot make it. But we did get a switch out, and it is going to be a Thai food truck instead of the donut truck.
I've been
So,
handing you things out, so I'm glad he called you.
I reached out to them this morning. They were one that we were talking to for September and October. And I reached out to them this morning and I said, hey, are you available for August? We got a spot. And she was like, yeah.
They
So-
also have a dessert truck, they told me.
Yes, the Bun Cafe, or I forget
Yeah.
how
I don't
you
know what it was,
pronounce,
but I knew
yes.
she said they had a dessert one.
Yes, they're gonna be very interesting. I'm very excited about the Thai truck, so, yeah. I gotta send you the email.
And it should be really nice weather too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Sunny and 87, you can't beat that, so. okay, cool.
September's already lined up and it looks,
Packed.
yeah, it's
We
gonna be
should
very
have
good in September.
4 or 5 trucks for
Thank you
September.
guys for all your hard
Yeah.
work.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
trustee AG,
I've been talking with the elementary school. They do the scarecrows every year that we put over here at Village Hall. Due to the withholding of funds for their title funds through many of the districts because of what's going on at the federal level and the state level, they don't have the funds this year to do a craft, which is right around homecoming. They also are having an issue with the younger students just can't keep the attention, and the time it takes them to do the scarecrows is cutting into their curriculum. Older students still want to do them, but it's hard for the younger students. So I've been talking with the teacher, and we've suggested maybe having them do individual little scarecrows that can be displayed in the windows here at Village Hall. The problem is with our title funding being withheld this year, they don't have the money to buy those, and would like to know if the village can't. I usually ask for about $350 for fall and Christmas and Capron. And if the board would allow me to, they're looking at about $132.93 for all of the classes. I need to double check the number of students to see if that's indeed how many they are going to need. But I would use out of those funds for them to still be able to do something and then reassess it next year. Hopefully they get the title funds back. If not, is there something else that they can do?
Did you by chance ask them how much money they would need to do the big scarecrows? Just curious.
It's not that they need money to do the big scarecrows. It takes too long and goes into their curriculum, and the kids aren't.
Or if the older kids want to do those, and maybe the younger kids want to do these.
Yeah, I can ask her and
Just
see.
curious, because
Yeah.
maybe we might have somebody from town that might be able to donate. You know,
Yeah,
so
I
we
can
can
ask
still
her
do
if they
it.
want to do that. The other thing is, because Capron is the only preschool in the area, they have something that's called Preschool for All Community Partnership Agreements. It's how they get their funding and some of their grants. And they need to have partnerships with communities, whether it be the village or people in the community that provide services to them. They've asked if the village is willing to be a community partner. What that would mean is that if they have families there that need contacts or things, like we have contacts for LIHEAP for your heat. Crystal can do water bill agreements with them if their water bill gets too high. Translation services, things like that. We have a contact form that I've actually created that has contacts throughout Boone County, that if they need them, they can come to the village and say, I need these contacts, or we have a family that needs them, and we can give them those contacts. In turn, the preschool and other students, they attend Christmas and Capron, or the homecoming thing. That's their way of giving back to us. It's just a simple form, it's been in all of your packets. It just means that they need a community agency and a community contact, so I'd be the community contact, for them to show that, hey, we've got this community contact. It helps them keep their funding to be the only preschool in the district. It would need to be reassessed every year, so like next year I'd come back before the board and say, we have this agreement in place, do we choose to continue it? And then we just fill out another form, and they're good for another year.
So the school doesn't have somebody that, I mean, if parents run into problems, even if it's not preschool?
They may not have as many contacts as say we have. They may have certain contacts through the school district, but they may not know of a contact that's out there in Boone County.
Okay.
Does Hobby Lobby have a sale going on for that fall craft stuff going on right now?
I have no idea.
Should probably check.
You said Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
Because they definitely, I was just there last week.
Okay. Trustee Wolfhard?
Nothing?
Trustee Pennell?
Nothing.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Can I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, 3 ayes. Thank you.